Well, hello, good evening, and welcome everyone. Let's spotlight myself and Robert into the image and to spotlight. No, around the other way today, Robert.
How is everybody doing on this Friday?
There's Ray in the room, Bob, Lynn, Mark, and Colin so far, and I know others will hop in as we go along. Is this a bit weird round this way, Robert?
You know, it's like I feel like I'm on the wrong side of the bed here.
Look, out of it. I wonder if I do this and add. There we go. Look.
Is everybody doing well?
Let's bring up the chat and make sure everyone's good and all good. So that's excellent. Those that are in the Zoom who are part of the inner circle, if for any reason we're not spotlighted, there's a view, and you can check in the top corner. It says view, and you can change it to speaker view, and that makes us super big on screen if you'd like to do that. So, but no, what interesting few days it's been, hasn't it, Robert? We've been working very long hours, getting some interesting stuff put together. And what should we share first? Because there's lots to share.
I just want to share this. It's interesting. You know, I say it a lot that if you take a goal and you set a goal and you put a timeline on it and you take small steps to that goal every day, you'll reach your goal. You may not hit the exact date, but you put pressure on yourself to do something, right?
Yeah.
So in addition to all the things we got going on, I decided that I'm going to make a goal to put up one video a day on YouTube. And as simple as that sounds, it's so easy to get off track. Even with all the automation and all the tools you have. I mean, we'll eventually talk about this with the group, and we'll do some training on YouTube videos. But when you put up a video, you can be like everybody else and just throw it up on YouTube, and you're going to get what you get, right? But if you do keyword research and you do the right steps ahead of time, creating a thumbnail, fixing the file properties, creating the video, fixing the file properties of the video before it's uploaded. This is all these little steps are extra, and then writing a complete description for the video and going through all the SEO steps. These are all processes, right? But what my point is just taking that mindset of saying, I'm going to do this one thing every day and stay on track. Some days I can get things ready and be 2 or 3 ahead, and then I just wait for the day to post it. And other days I scramble just to get the one up because I forgot or I got busy with other stuff. And I know that this is the same for everybody. Everybody struggles to reach their goals, and everybody gets sidetracked to go do other things that take their time away from what they're doing. So we understand that. And again, we're always looking to make things faster, easier, so you can get more done as far as DFY Magic Teams goes.
And I agree with you on that, Rob. Absolutely. And I emphasize this a lot. I have a whiteboard behind me, you know, and written on there my top priorities, you know, and there's like a couple of bits of training that have been missing from the members there that's up in there now. And I've been really focusing like you on various items throughout the week. And life does get in the way. You know, my kids have got 6 weeks school holidays. I think they've got about 4.5 left of them. And most parents, when you get to the end of your school holidays, are glad the kids are going back so you can work again. But I enjoy taking the kids out places, you know, theme parks and stuff whenever I can. But in between that, we still have to work. We still have to work for ourselves. And some people who are watching this will find that they have maybe a full-time job, and also they want to be able to build a business up from home that's going to help reduce those full-time hours. Yeah, certainly in the UK at the moment, you know, prices of fuel and food and everything's going sky high. You know, and wouldn't it be just nice to be able to set a business up where you can be focused in a way to earn that money to help pay for those extra things that you need to pay for at the end of the day. And we don't do smokes and mirror stuff. We've said this on webinars before. I could sit on a webinar and go, I've got a big house, I've got a fantastic car, and people who do that, those that say they've got lots of money, I always say to myself, well, if they got lots of money, why are they doing a webinar? You can be comfortable like we are and happy, and the ultimate thing that I'm a great believer in is family, which is why we always class all the DFYers as a big family to us that we want to help and look after and get them to where they need to be at the end of the day, which is what this is all about,
100%.
People come and go, and that's what happens. And those who there's some people we haven't seen in ages who was with us at the very start. And most likely, my guess is that some of them have found another webinar with another product, which they're going to go and follow. They're going to try their best to make money from it and fail because they haven't followed this project from start to finish in the first place. And when you've got too many things going on, you can't be focused. You need to focus. You need to set your goals. What is your, I wrote myself up on a wall. I've said, within 5 years, I want $250,000 in my bank account. Right, I've written up on the board, and it's sort of like writing your own check. And I can come in each day, and I mean, money doesn't entirely motivate me. What motivates me is my family, having the money so you can do nice things with them. You can relax a bit more. You can take less hours.
These are two things that are really unique. My wife's goal has always been, I want to go to the grocery store and I want to buy whatever I want to buy. And I can just write a check and I don't have to think that I'm writing the check. That's one of her. It's just a perfect way of saying it doesn't matter. I just want enough to be comfortable that I don't even have to think about how much money I'm spending when I go to the grocery store and I go to buy something. Yeah. And mine went reverse. Mine went, I want 1,000 people using done for you magic themes and to be in profit. I can't say how they're going to use done for you magic themes exactly and how they're going to run their business, but I want 1,000 people using what we put together to make it for them easier to put their business in profit somehow. And like I said, I can't put a definition on what profit is for Ray or what profit is for Bob or Lynn. I can't say what those definitions are because they might be using magic themes, done for you magic themes to build websites for clients and renting. They might be building websites for lead generation in the future. They might be using them for completely different lead type of magnets to bring people in. I don't know how they're going to be used. And their profit may not be the website at all. Their profit may be the services that they provide after they get them the website. Their services might be, adding magic pages, adding content to their websites every week or every month, adding backlinks to their websites. That's where they could be making their money. And the front end could be a very inexpensive done for you magic themes website, but they're making all their money on the SEO stuff that people don't know how to do. So that's why I can't define exactly what my goal is for them to be in profit, but I can say I want 1,000 people using done for you magic themes and to be in profit. I think that would be a game changer for those 1,000 people.
No, I agree absolutely. And I always say with what we are doing, right? There's sort of 3 steps. There's build an asset, which is obviously your website. That's asset number 1. Number 2, aim to get it found by local businesses, whether that's advertising in a small local paper nearby. Don't overthink it. Don't spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on advertising with Google and Facebook unless you know what you're doing with it. But think of local ways of getting your business out there to be found. And then the third thing is prospecting. It's talking to people or reaching out by email or whatever you have to do to get that one person on board. When you get that first sale in your bank because you've set a site up, right, and not worried about the small nitty gritty details of that site, A good example, before Magic Page plugin came along, I set a site up in my local area, and it was for a local children's entertainer. I knew that they didn't have a website, and I built the website, and I approached them and said, I've got a website for you. And the first they went, no, I'm not interested on, don't need a website. So, and then the calls started coming into that number. So I'd be writing them down. I'd be ringing them up and say, I've got a call. Would you like it? And they say, why are you giving me a call? And I say, because I can't do anything with it right now to have the call. Once I'd given them 10 calls, then they started taking me more seriously. Right?
You think?
And they went, how much to rent the site? And I said, what's your situation at the moment? You're a sole trader. Give me an idea of how many jobs you've got coming in at the moment. And they said, well, until you help, not many. I said, well, then you're in profit, aren't you? So give me a percentage of each job that you win. And that's how we do this, because I know how children's entertainers work. And she took me up on it. And every time, I had to trust her. But out of a $300 gig, I was getting $30 a gig in my pocket. Nice. And that's once it was running, I just left it running. And there's some factors that come into things with websites. And I wanted to talk about site speed tonight. We've talked about it before on and off. We tried different builders, and we've mentioned this before. We've tried Divi, we've tried Elementor, I've tried Oxygen Page Builder, and all of them seem to slow down after a while. So far, Cadence, which is built in Gutenberg with no special interface to load up, has been by far the fastest one so far. And I did a test a while ago between two sites, one on Elementor and one on Cadence. I hadn't optimized the images, and I was getting, a much higher rate, closer to 80% on desktop, and probably about 70%. I can't remember the exact figures on mobile for Cadence, and a lot lower on Elementor. And I optimized the images, and it shot right up. So it's very much the case of you have to, take action first, build your site. That's what we always say. Second part, do your citations. We say that all the time. Do your social media channels for that site. And even if you sit back and you don't do anything else for a while, let that settle down completely. Just let it calm down. And once you've done that one, maybe then build another site and do the same again, and then another site. And out of the build 5 sites over the next few months. Once you've got 5 sites built, that's the point when you go, okay, well, site number 3, that's ranking really well. Let's focus on that a bit more. Let's try and add some good high quality backlinks. Let's try and do some other bits and pieces, add some more content, SEO it up a bit better, do keywords. And we talk about low hanging fruit all the time. People think, oh my God, I've got to get plumbers in London #1 or plumbers in New York #1. Well, go and look. Google gives you some free tools, right? Keyword planner tools in Google. And you've got the search console that tells you how well your site's doing. So at the end of the day, you've got the free tools. You have to spend money on them to do this, right? And have a look at your competition. See what they're ranking for. You may find a competition may be an example, local plumbers, local 24/7 emergency plumbers in New York. That's a long tail keyword. You may be finding that that's getting a shed load of hits. Yet there's not much competition because other people in the local area haven't bothered doing a long tail keyword page. And if you're not sure about how to create more pages, create a post. Do a post on your site with that title, with content related to it, with a link to your Contact Us Now page. That's an internal link. All right, and make sure the alt images are all updated properly on your site. And that way, then, by chance, someone will find that. And they go, oh, call that number. Ring, ring. Hello, I'm interested in your plumbing service. That's call #1. Then you got another page with another long tail keyword. How to fix a sink in 30 seconds. Call a local plumber. It could be anything like that. But the point is you need to take action. And I remember, as I grew up, I always wanted to be on the radio and presenting on the radio. My dad gave me the love for radio, even though he never worked in radio. He gave me 2 cassette players, which I used to play with. And it was when I must have been about 19 or 20. And I kept saying to my friend, one day I'm going to work in radio. And my friend said to me, well, what are you doing about it? And I said, oh, nothing yet. They'll find me.
Interesting.
Well, how are they going to find you? What do you mean? Have you sent a demo off? No. Well, then how are they going to know about you if you haven't told them about you?
Yeah.
And I started sending demos out all the time, badgering program controllers across the UK. And I was very blessed eventually to get in with a radio station who then they took me out, the program controller took me under his wing and showed me the ropes. And then I did a whole bunch of years in radio, and I was very blessed by what I did. Nothing mainstream, more. I think I was going to change my name to Phil, surname Fill in. But apart from that, it was very much a dream come true. And as years gone on in the UK, radio stations been networked, and radio's not what it used to be. You can't do sort of your own thing anymore. So I dropped out, and then I had the passion to do this and start building local websites and ranking them, and and the thing is anyone can do this. The SEO guys out there, the SEO gurus, they so complicate things. They really do. You got to do this, you got to do that, you got to buy this software, buy that, buy this, buy that. You got to do so much, and it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And we say all the time the simple steps: take action, build a website, do your citations, make them match your competitors, do your social media channels to your website and back, and then generate posts and get them on the social media channels as well. Content is king every time. And that's really the main part. There's some secret sauce, by the way, which in a little while we're going to keep for the Inner Circle members only.
No, and what you said there, Stephen, has been said time and time and time again, over and over and over again. The only thing you didn't repeat yourself there was give Google what they want.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. You got to give them what they want. Good quality content, relevant content, authority type content, through backlinks and other things. And this is what's going to happen and continue to happen to a few Magic teams. You're always going to have the foot ahead in front because of how much content goes on those sites from the build.
Yeah.
That's the biggest, we talk about it all the time. What is the worth of the Done For You Magic teams? It's having the ability to put up a site up in minutes and have all of that quality relevant content for that niche in the build. And that's where the real value is. Because if you have to sit down and figure out what the content is, what to write about, what are the low-hanging fruit keywords, we've already done all that. Now, can you change it? Can you add it? Yeah, absolutely. But we put the first step forward for you. Just put the sites up. And people are doing it all the time. They'll do 3 to 5 sites. They'll do it in an afternoon, 2 days. I mean, I'm astounded on the people that built the ranking system. And some built it in a few days. Some took them a week. But man, I tell you what, that is going to be push button authority when it comes time to use that on your Done For You Magic theme sites and other things.
The things we're doing is getting really exciting now, and I'm very lucky because I have some very good contacts in the industry, so I know what's going to happen. And recently, there was back in May, there was a big Google update, and that update, no one really understood what it meant. But what we do know is some sites have dropped and gone down, some sites have come up, and it's going to be a bit of an up and down roller coaster for a while, because that's what happens when Google does that. But don't just focus on Google. Now, there's the next few tips I'm only going to share with the Inner Circle guys, Rob, but I'm going to be really cruel, because there's a few things which I want to share with the Inner Circle people, just to give you a head start on a few bits and pieces. And, but just take action in your business. Don't keep darting from, I want to be an affiliate promoting products, or I want to sell books on Amazon, or whatever your area is, whatever your passion is online. We live in a digital age, which I didn't grow up with, right? And now I've got this fantastic digital age where you can create a virtual product, a website, sell it to someone and make money. I mean, how crazy is that? It's a bit like walking into your local bookstore and them going, "Oh, help yourself to whatever books you want and sell them." but you don't have to have physical products anymore.
No, and look at the contact that you have. Look at the reach you have. You used to make a product and have to sell it, right? Locally. You'd have to ship it. You'd have to ship it within your country. With the digital, I mean, we're living proof sitting right here, Stephen. I'm in the United States. You're in the United Kingdom. We're partners doing Done For You Magic Teams. We're 8,000 miles apart.
Yeah.
In 2 different countries. That's what you have reach for in the digital assets. You can focus, and Done For You Magic Teams is location-based websites focused on areas for local business, and that's what we do, and that's what makes it so powerful, because Stephen's not my competition. Ray's not my competition. Bob's not my competition. We're all in different areas.
Yeah.
Now, if they want to come in my neighborhood, they can, and we could become competition. But why? There's such a big, vast amount of places you can be selling leads.
Plus,
websites.
Plus, locally to where you are, or the nearest city or town to you, it's far easier to rank it and get business in, because you know that area.
Mm-hmm.
I've said this before. I've been at a coffee shop talking about what I do, and someone said, "Excuse me, so you do websites?" And I go, "Yeah." And they've gone, "Do you build custom websites?" And I've actually said, "Well, if you're prepared to spend $17,000, then yeah. Otherwise, no, I'm not. I'm sorry. I do my own websites. I rank them and I rent them out." And then I say, "Mouse, what niche you're in? What are you doing?" And they said, had electrician one day say to me when I was in a major town nearby, and I went, "Funny enough, I've got a website I can rent to you if you're interested." And he came on board and started spending money. It's and you can do things like start off at a low price in a certain area and then offer to expand for them.
Yeah.
But on that note, we're going to say goodbye to all the free groups tonight and keep sharing with the inner circle only, because I've got some things that we want to share with them, which is super exciting. And guys, if you are in the inner circle, this is an announcement which I will make to all channels. We are changing our partnership. If you look at how you pay and you're looking at Stripe, our agreement with Stripe has ended, and we're now going through Gumroad. Most people who are in tonight, I know, are through PayPal, so you're fine. It's just more to the point. Anyone who would send an email out to you guys or reach you on Messenger, that we're switching over to Gumroad, just purely because the agreement's finished with Stripe, and we decided to look around, and we got a far better deal out of Gumroad.
Better benefits, and we had some issues with communications. That's really why we started to look elsewhere, because we need to be notified, and you need to be notified of if things have happened in the account. And to our fault, Stephen, is we're not so money hungry that we look for every payment that went through every day. We don't look at that at all. And that's part of the reason. So we wanted to be now more aware by having the right notifications on our accounts.
Now, if you are an Inner Circle member and life has done well, we know who you are, and we know most of the members. It's more the recent ones that might have signed up. If for any reason we got automated systems, if you get taken out of the Inner Circle group, don't be offended. Message us, okay? Because the systems are automated. So because we've cancelled everything through Stripe, ready on the move over, and we did it in advance, and we put I think it was a 60-day grace period on the system, but after that it will start automatically going dunk dunk dunk. So don't feel offended, just reach out to us direct, and we're happy to work with you and keep sharing the inside information. That's what this is about.
Absolutely. And again, we come out here every Friday for you guys, for our members, to have live Q&A. Ask us their questions. Let us know what's going on. How can we help? Where are you stuck? And I'll tell you, we don't get a lot of questions. We're way ahead always on support tickets. I don't think there's hardly a day that goes by that we're not caught up on support tickets one way or another. Yeah,
no, absolutely. And we're here to support you guys, whether you're building mass pages, you're doing SEO. That's the advantage. You can come in on the live calls and go, I'm not sure about this. And if we ever get a question that myself and Robert do not know, I have people in good places. I've got a friend who worked with Google. He knows, he tells me in advance the algorithms coming up and what's happening and how it can affect you and what you can do to counteract it a little bit, things you can do. So, and I've got other SEO guys I work with. So if I didn't know the answer, I can go and ask one of them and come back to the group and say, this is the answer to this, or directly to the person who asked. So, and we aim to support everybody who's in this. And that's what that's about. But anyway, on that note, we're going to say goodbye to the free groups and then share the golden nuggets with the Inner Circle group, Robert.
Everybody have a great weekend. And we're here for you. Just have to get into the Done For You Magic Themes Inner Circle.
I always like to keep